We've all gathered. We've all gathered here this morning to congratulate George on his lengthy postal career. George started in 1985. And I met George, I came here I think in like 1988. He was a skipper at the time. I thought him and Mike Moran were attached to each other. They seemed to always be next to each other and everything else. And, George was the guy you went to when you needed to know something about a different route and things like that. And especially being a new carrier, you wanted to go to somebody that had some knowledge, could let you know where the park points were. And at the time, we used the old green boxes, and you had to know what corners they were on, and relay boxes and things like that. And George had a few of those routes. As with anything else, as you look around the room, myself, there's very few. It's getting fewer and fewer with the faces that were here when I was here with George. Things are changing, and things have changed with the Postal Service. As you come in every day, there are changes, and it's very difficult. This is a changing point in George's life. I'm sure he struggled with it. When I talked to him about it when he first made his decision, and he told me the reason why, I totally agree with him. That's what it's about. You're here to work to enjoy your retirement. Okay, and that's what we hope he has, is a long, healthy retirement. Gets to do the things that he wanted to do. Back in 1985, when George started, just a couple of things. Gallon of gas was $1.09, and if you think about it, at the time, it hovered and hovered at 89 cents, 99 cents, and we thought when it got to $1.09, holy cow, what are we going to do? And now you look at it, it hovers around $4 every day. Stamps at the time were 22 cents, and every year from that point on, it's made an incremental jump. At that time, Michael Jackson bought the Beatles library, and I'm sure there's quite a few of you in here who don't even know who the Beatles are. The other thing is "We Are the World" was one of the #1 songs, and one of the things that was near to George's heart. Hulk Hogan was a world heavyweight champion at the time. That's the biggest thing I remember George for. Used to go back and forth about WWE and the Georgia wrestling. Which one was real? That WWE was all fake. We all knew it. WWC was the real one. But anyway, I'd like to congratulate George on 27 years of service. Dear George, congratulations and best wishes on your retirement. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to present you with this letter and honorary certificate in commemoration of your more than 27 years of service. I know the friendships you have made, your devotion to duty, and the customers you have served will always be a source of deep satisfaction to you. I wish to extend my warm personal greetings and deep appreciation for your individual contributions and the years of commendable service you have rendered. Best of luck and sincere good wishes for the years ahead. Sincerely, Chief Falling Star District Manager. Congratulations. All right.
What Mark probably forgot about was that weekend I traded off days with him so he could coach basketball. Yeah. You had an R run or something? Yeah, I had an R run here, and I traded weekends with him so he could be off. If I would have known. But finally, the nightmare is almost over. Of course, it wasn't always a nightmare. But just a few recollections of my career. My favorite route was 81, 1181, the old days, when it was the walkout. I always said if it was still a walkout, I'd probably still be on it. But, how could you beat getting done at noon, 1 o'clock? Is it still like that? No.
Ron Markham never did it like that.
Ron Markham?
He never did it like that.
Well, he lived close to it. My favorite favorite skipper was Brant Schoenberg, because he made me look so good. Favorite manager was Bernie Boyd, because he had the best cheesecake. His wife brought in the best cheesecake.
All those years not to eat.
Look what happened. Yeah, he had the best cheesecake. Favorite supervisor had to be Ron Cates, because he worked with me to get me good massages. So he's a good guy too. Favorite relay man when I was on the walkout was Big John Newman, Whaleface.
The whaler.
He took care of the whaler. Took care of me. You see him driving down the street with his back door open, with relay bags falling out. But he was a good guy. The best mom that ever worked here had to be Sandy Fedora. That's why they call her mom. But she was the one that first brought her daughter to work day.
Oh.
Which happened to be the day after the Seinfeld shrinkage episode. And little Carly said she never wanted to be a mailman after spending a day here. But if you want to hear any good stories, just go to Sandy and ask her about the Kroger story. And it's always a friend of a friend. You know, never heard. My favorite neighbor that I cased next to, there was quite a few of them, I would have to say probably Carol King. But you didn't have to work next to her to be her neighbor. You can hear her.
Thanks, George.
That's a compliment. Best film critic here is Brent Wellich. If you want to know about a film, he'll critique it for you. If you want to know, if anybody wants to know anything about Roger Gregory, Chris Jackson's the man in that. What's the latest on Roger Gregory, Chris? No comment. Probably the best bull rusher would probably be Teddy Ritter. Should have been playing with the Bengals. Best acting job here would probably be Tom Zaney's. After being bull rushed. There were only a couple that saw it, that actually saw it happen. Other than that, it's been a good time working with all you guys. Most of the time, it's a shame it's not the same as it used to be, but you know, things change, and that's about all I got to say.
But who was your best reunion rep there, George?
Union rep?
Ugly.
Probably, never had that in there. Well, I never had the final agreement, so I'd have to probably, whoever's in there now, because they're getting me some money. They're getting me some money. I don't even have to do a thing. Probably for the best people to make sure that I don't change my mind about retiring are probably Ken and Renee. They're going to make sure. Good thing they have a good sense of humor. But
You're forced today.
they wouldn't do that. But all I can say, I'm going to click my heels together and say, there's no place like home. Goodbye.
I won't take as much time up as those guys did. Obviously, Dave Kennedy's somewhere else today, so you get me. He's doing another retirement. We're having quite a few right now, as you can well imagine. The guys that can get out are getting out, and I don't blame them. George, we congratulate you for making it to this point in your career and making it healthy. That's a key, and it's unfortunately a rarity when somebody walks out of here and doesn't limp out with retirement. Of course, we have our jacket that we give. George, this is from your brothers and sisters in Branch 43. You've worn blue for the last 28 years. Now wear green. Congratulations. You're welcome.
All right, hit it, get it. George.
George, we have your whole picture.